What's going on YouTube? Today we got 15 NBA players who trash talk Michael Jordan and it goes very wrong. The last Michael Jordan reaction will be at the end of the video. Tell me what you want me to react to next. Without further introduction.
What's good, YouTube?
It's your boy. Yeah, we here.
G, aka Ngala, and today we're gonna be talking about Michael Jeffrey Jordan, the GOAT. He's the most iconic player of all time. The main reason why everybody loved watching him is because he literally destroyed everybody on the court, and he was completely ahead of his time. But he was not only the GOAT in terms of basketball skills. His ability to get in other people's heads and talk trash was one of the biggest attributes to his game. Not only did he want to destroy you physically, but he would destroy you mentally as well. And that's why a lot of people feared him. So with that being said, we're going to look into Michael Jordan's 15 most epic trash talking moments that made him the most feared player of all time. But before we get straight into that, make sure you like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for the culture. And let's get straight into the video, man. Number 15, Rodney McRae. Heading into the 1992-93 season, the Chicago Bulls were looking to win their third straight title. They acquired Rodney McRae in September, hoping the veteran could add some defensive toughness and add depth to their squad. And it seemed like Michael Jordan was excited about this pickup. He said Rodney's a very good rebounder and a good defensive player. And he also said he'll fit perfectly in their system. But it was the complete opposite. First glance, it seemed like Rodney McRae and Michael Jordan were going to get along. But one instance of trash talk apparently changed that. They were both on opposing teams in a scrimmage game, and all it took is Jordan to unload a verbal assault. Jordan is in Rodney's face screaming, "You're a loser," and told him again, "You've always been a loser." And that pretty much haunted him that whole year. And he was pretty much useless. He only attempted 92 shots that season and averaged 3 points. Michael Jordan led that Chicago Bulls team to a third consecutive NBA title. And Rodney McRae got his ring, then retired from professional basketball. So you can pretty much tell he lost passion for the game. Number 14, Nick Anderson. There were times when Michael Jordan was so confident in his ability to score on you that he would tell his opponent exactly what he's going to do on the next possession. And even with the blueprint right there, it's like you know he's wild. He can't do anything. And even Shaq was terrified. One of the most dominant players in NBA history, terrified. He said that Michael Jordan told Nick Anderson, "I'm coming down. I'm going to dribble between my legs twice. I'm going to pump fake, and then I'm going to shoot a jumper. Then I'm going to look at you." And according to Shaq, that's exactly what he did.
I was terrified out there.
Were you really?
Yeah.
You scared of MJ?
Yeah.
You gave him
how
20?
long?
For how long? Right when you took the floor?
Oh, the whole game. One, he's the greatest player. Two, I was worried about him dunking on me and I have to go back and, face the fellas. And then three, he was just so hot. I was like, man, this dude, like, the stuff that I saw when I was in college on TV is like really real. I was terrified.
Number 13, Dikembe Mutombo. This one was super iconic. During a 1991 game against the Denver Nuggets, Michael Jordan was at the free throw line with the game well in his hands. After sinking his first shot, Dikembe Mutombo started talking trash to Jordan, and that's probably the worst thing you can do. After letting him talk a little trash, Michael Jordan decided to put an end to it, telling Mutombo, "This one's for you." He proceeded to close his eyes and knock him down his second attempt. Number 12, Jim Jackson. In the 1996-97 season, Jim Jackson tried to get into the head of Michael Jordan. And that's the worst thing you can do, especially when you're rocking his sneakers. And Jordan pretty much clowned him for that. Number 11, Steve Smith. Steve Smith and Michael Jordan loved getting to each other's ears, but on one particular day, Smith remembered hearing Jordan just counting down. He said something like 38, 36, and eventually Steve Smith realized that Jordan was counting down from 40 points, which apparently was his target goal.
I mean, one time I know he started counting backwards. you know, he said something like 38, and I didn't get it, Reggie. You know what I mean? And he started saying 36. I said, wait a minute. So he going backwards, but now if he get to 0, he got 40. But it was me and Michael had a lot of...
Number 10.
Nah, that's different. Michael is different.
The Vancouver Grizzlies.
Got it.
In 1995, the 2-12 expansion team, Vancouver Grizzlies, went up early in the fourth quarter on the 11-2 Chicago Bulls. After extending the Grizzlies' lead, Derek Martin, for some apparent reason, ran by the Bulls bench saying, "I told you we're gonna beat you tonight." And you know, Michael Jordan had to take it personal. So after hearing his comment, Jordan got right back into the game. As he made his way onto the court, Jordan told Martin, "Little man, I told you not to trash talk me."
What to do? So Michael ties his shoe up, takes his towel off, walks in, the pitcher right there. He stands next to me and says, "Little man, I told you about talking trash to me." I said, "Man, we up 9 with 3 minutes to go. You're not beating me tonight."
Michael on the drive with the tomahawk over the top of Scott.
Black jerseys might get different. When they in the black jersey, get different.
What a move! Jordan on the reverse.
They were thinking, we haven't seen much from this guy. All of a sudden, 3 quick baskets.
Under 4 minutes to go in the fourth. Jordan on the pull-up. Pass and a foul.
Wow.
MJ went on to score 19 of his 29 points in the final 6 minutes, giving Chicago the 94-88 victory. Number 9, Craig Elo. On March 28, 1990, Michael Jordan scored 69 points and shot 62% from the field.
69
when you're in that
is
type
tough.
of groove, there's literally nothing that's going to stop you. Just like with Nick Anderson, Michael knew he could tell Craig Elo what he's going to do. And Craig could do nothing about it. Michael Jordan just said, "Listen, man, I'm hitting everything. So I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do this time and see if you can stop it." But then he said, "You know you can't stop it. You know you can't stop this. You can't guard me." Then Jordan detailed exactly what he's going to do, saying, "I'm going to catch it on the left elbow and then I'm going to drive it to the left to the baseline. And then I'm going to pull up and shoot my fadeaway." And that's exactly what he did. Number 8, Larry Miller. One game in Utah, Jordan dunked on John Stockton. Then the Jazz owner, Larry Miller, yelled, "Pick on someone your own side." So Jordan took it personal. On the next possession, he dunked on the 7'1" center, Mel Turpin, and shouted, "He big enough for you?" as he ran back up on the floor. Number 7, Gerald Wilkins. When the Bulls played the Cavaliers in 1993 playoffs, they had brought in Gerald Wilkins, aka the Jordan Stopper. But that was quickly shut down by Michael Jordan. Jordan gave Wilkins buckets the entire series. And he was just saying, "He can't guard me," 3 times in a row. And that was just a case the whole series. Number 6, Reggie Miller. For this one, I'm just gonna let Reggie Miller explain the story because this one was just too funny.
My rookie year, we were playing the Chicago Bulls, and this is Michael Jordan's 3rd or 4th year in.
Okay.
And we were playing the next exhibition game in some obscure place. And most veterans do not like to play in exhibition games. They want to get to the real thing. I'm a wide-eyed, energetic rookie, and we're playing this exhibition game, and Michael's going through the motion. And Chuck Person, who's on my team, who's a trash talker as well, is like, "Can you believe Michael Jordan, the guy everyone's talking about, who's supposed to be able to walk on water, you're out here killing him, Reg." This is in the first half. He's like, "You should be talking to him." He's like, "You know, you're right. Michael, who do you think you are?"
That's
great
bad.
Michael Jordan. That's right. There's a new kid on town, right? Kind of looks at me and starts shaking his head. So at half,
put my title on
I
it.
have 10, and he has 4 points, right? I'm doing all this talking. He's like, "Okay." Into the game in the second half, he ended up with 44, and I ended up with 12. He's like, "Be sure and be careful. You never talk to Black Jesus like that." Okay, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Black Jesus. I'm so sorry.
Did you ever do it again?
Never to Michael Jordan. Never to Michael.
Number 5, OJ Mayo. In 2006, OJ Mayo was a top high school player, and he was just feeling himself a little too much. When he visited Michael Jordan's summer camp that year, Mayo was talking a lot of trash to a 43-year-old Jordan. He was just telling him, "You can't guard me." And mind you, this is the first time OJ Mayo met Michael Jordan in person. So this happened.
No,
not the strong linker over here.
In front of my camp, he starts his thing about, you can't guard me, you can't do this. You know, I got my campus here, so I can't really go where I want to go because of my camp.
And then he said, okay, now let me handle my business. And he looked me in my face and said that. I'm like, what you mean? So he said, I need all the campers, everybody to leave, let's clear the gym.
So I stopped the camp, send the kids to bed. We go back to playing. And he starts his whole thing, you know, that you can't guard me, you can't do this. And
we continue playing pickup, and you know, Mike was Mike. You know, he would jaw on a little bit and really getting into me defensively, and you know, he's backing me down. You know, said better scream for mama. You know, he's mama, mama. You know, hit the famous fadeaway on me, and then you know, I said, okay, you got it going. And then he said, hey, young fella, let me tell you something.
I said, look, dude, you may be the best high school player, but I'm the best player in the world. So from this point on, it's a lesson.
And don't you ever disrespect, you know, the great like that.
Number 4, the Washington Bullets. During the 1997 NBA playoffs, Chris Webber remembers seeing Michael Jordan walk into the Bullets locker room prior to Game 3, with the Chicago Bulls already up 2-0 in the series and staring down a sweep. Jordan was feeling really confident about his team chances of closing out that night. MJ walked into the locker room with a lit cigar and told the Wizards locker room, who's going to check me tonight? And the Bulls finished Washington 96-95. Number 3, Clyde Drexler.
Shit.
After comparisons were made between Clyde Drexler and Michael Jordan throughout the 1992 season, including Sports Illustrated listing Drexler as Jordan's #1 rival, Michael Jordan just took it personal. He wanted to settle the argument when they matched up in the finals. And one time someone even told Jordan that Clyde Drexler was a better three-point shooter than him. Jordan fired back and said, if Clyde Drexler is a better three-point shooter than me, I chose to be dead. So Jordan scored a finals record of 35 of his 39 points in the first half and set another record with 6 three-pointers. The very shot the Blazers wanted him to take.
Clyde was a threat. You know, I'm not saying he wasn't a threat, but me being compared to him, I took offense.
Blazers get back. Pippen back for Jordan again for 3. And he has chosen to look for the 3 here in the first quarter. That time he passed it up.
Something that Michael loved.
3-pointers from Jordan. What in the world is going on?
They dumb this game. Fire.
Number 2, Anthony Peeler. This was probably one of the
moment.
most funniest Jordan stories I ever heard. You have to listen to this.
The pass.
You guys remember Anthony Peeler?
Yes.
Okay, so
Out of Missouri, right?
Out of Missouri.
Yeah.
So we got Chicago Bulls coming in town, and unfortunately, I got a sprained ankle, you know, and so.
Did you say fortunately?
Unfortunately.
Oh, okay.
Unfortunately, I enjoy guarding Mike because he was, you know, the one thing I did with Mike is I never got him pissed off. You know, he make a shot, you say, "Good shot, Mike." You know, you don't talk trash to him so he can go off for 60. You know, you try to kill him with kindness.
Yeah.
You don't try to talk trash to him. So they're getting off the bus. We're done with shoot around and we're walking out. And MJ says, "B. Scott, what's going on?" I said, "What's up, MJ?" He said, "Man, I hear that you're not playing tonight." No, I sprained my ankle. He said, "Who's guarding me?" I said, "Anthony Peeler." He said, "Oh, 50.
And number 1, Muggsy Bogues.
Victims.
This is probably one of the most terrifying Jordan stories I ever heard. In 1995, the Hornets had a good team. They had Glenn Rice, Mourning, and Johnson. The series was tied at 2-2, and the Hornets had a chance to win Game 5 in Chicago. And on the biggest possession of the game, Muggsy had the ball with the Hornets down 1, and Jordan was guarding him. And this is probably the biggest moment of Muggsy Bogues' career. So Jordan backed off of him and told him, "Shoot it, you midget." Muggsy shot it and didn't come close. A year later, Muggsy actually told the Hornets coach that he believes that single play ruined his career and his shot never recovered. So guys, tell me what was your favorite trash talking moment from Jordan and which one y'all didn't know. So make sure you like.
And that's this one, man. Shout out to Young Gala. 15 NBA players that was Michael Jordan victims. That's my title. You know, turn on post notifications. Click on the last Michael Jordan reaction if you enjoyed this one. Roll the 5 bands, and I appreciate y'all for watching.